Well, you have had a lot of top fighters, in your stable throughout the years, and some of your former fighters, like Chantelle Cameron, has gone on. She's won the world title. How good is it to see fighters that have come through your stable doing well? Is it nice to see them going on and getting the world title?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, Chantelle and myself, I think we did really well. She won the IBO, even though it wasn't one of the major 4 belts, but she won the IBO lightweight title, and she was in the gym maybe nearly 2 years, was it? Yeah, nearly 2 years, and I felt like I did a lot of foundation work with it, and I always thought Chantelle was the best out of the bunch. I really did. I thought she could fight at such a high pace. And she was so tough, and she had a good power. I think the only thing she lacked is the sort of speed. But now going up to 140 is probably going to suit her because they're a little bit slower, and she definitely can hold a shot. So, it's going to be interesting to see how. Obviously she's won the WBC. I didn't see the fight at on the Haney undercard, but I saw her win the world title, and I think she's going to go on to do a lot of things, even move up to. I'd like to see her versus Jessica McCaskill at 147, because that's, in my opinion, if anyone's got a chance to beat her in terms of have a fight with her, I think Chantelle's got the winning of her, because I really don't see any female that's as tough as her.
I also want to talk to you about the Matchroom move to DAZN. So obviously, if your fighters are on Fight Camp, it will be now on DAZN, not Sky Sports. What do you think about that? And it's been the worst kept secret. We've known about it for a while, but it's officially been announced the other day. How do you think that's? What do you think of that, and how do you think it's going to go?
Well, first off, I'm going to have to go and buy a new TV because I've got I can't remember. I don't know what. I think I've got Panasonic, and it's the only TV that doesn't have DAZN. So I've got 2 of them, and I bought them at the same time. I thought, that's nice, but now I'm going to have to go and upgrade. So that's a bit of a bummer for me. But at the same time, it's a massive plus because there's bigger budgets. So bigger budgets for the fighters. There's a bigger chance to get. This is the thing about boxing. It's like when I had Luke, for instance, I really wanted the Linares fight. Before the Lomachenko, it was kind of this period that we went out and we boxed Adrian Young in Philadelphia, and I said, why don't we get Linares? But Eddie was just like, look, Luke costs too much money, right? And so does Linares. I just can't put it up. I don't have the budget for it. But if that was now, he could put it on. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's great. I think it's great that he's able to now be able to bring over American fighters and fighters from all over the world, basically, to box on our soil, because that's it's a massive benefit. Showtime budgets were always huge. When we took, for instance, Carl versus Santa Cruz, both of them, we had Mikey Garcia on the undercard, but there's no way Sky would have put Carl versus Santa Cruz and then Mikey Garcia on the undercard against Zlatikanen. So, it's like they have more of an emphasis on boxing in America, and DAZN have putting the emphasis onto boxing, and I think that's something that we need to really appreciate, because Sky Sports, so many years they've been chucking so much money, and BT chucking so much money towards the football, and us boxers, and anyone that's involved in a boxing, we've always been, there's not enough money in it, the licensing fees this, and then we're having to just and take less, and it's disappointing. Unless you're a huge superstar like Anthony Joshua, or a big pay-per-view like Carl Froch or somebody like that, that's the only chance that you can really get to make that proper money. And it will never get to the football stage that if you're injured you still get paid. That's boxing's just a harsh game. But if we can get bigger budgets, if we can get more regular dates, then it's only a good thing. And plus, as I said, going out to America, traveling, it's hard when you're traveling. Your fans don't have the budget to come. You box on their home, on their turf, and you just feel like you're an away fighter.
So ultimately, you think it's just only going to be positive for the world of boxing? I
think so, and I think he's going to look. I mean, you can't discredit what Sky Sports helped build Matchroom. That's just the truth of it. They had a fantastic working relationship. Eddie was the only one to really do it well on Sky. Frank had it before, but mind you, back then boxing was different, and he did a fantastic job with the likes of Hamid and people like that, and even Ricky Hatton. But Eddie really did something different. He brought something new to the table, and I think everything's evolving all the time. And everything's going into apps and going digital and going, and look at what they've been doing for the 24/7 sort of things in the bubble. You know, I think that's great. That's amazing content. And you know, as like the fact that, I mean, David Hay and myself joked about it in that press conference, but Tony Bellew, you know, apples and pears, and Eddie, like he can sell it, and he jumps up there and talks about it, and everyone gets behind it, and he gets people viewing it. You know what I mean? And that's been great for boxing, you know, and the fact that he's drew attention to. So I mean, look at like Kane Baker. No one had a clue about Kane Baker, but that fight fell through, and he showed emotion. And people were able to watch it on YouTube, and they felt like, and look how many more opportunities Kane Baker got off the back of it. And that's because you're building a personality. And if he can build personalities out of these boxers, then their fan base will grow through the roof, and then there'll be much more endorsements there, and all of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? And that's only going to benefit boxers, because we've been painted with a brush for too long. Oh, they're just thugs or this and that, and you know, like what major boxer, I mean, unless you're Anthony Joshua, like what major sort of sport brand or like Lucozade or anything like that's going to go towards a boxer? Like, it only goes to a few. So if we can build personalities, which I think they're going to do, then you're going to have way more subscribers.
Well, before we finish, just want to ask about your dad, Barry. Just how is he? He turned 60 earlier this year. How's he doing, and is he coming to the show?
Yeah, he's coming up to the show, still as passionate as ever. Yeah, so obviously, you know, he's had some tough times, Dad. He's with my sister and stuff, and yeah, he's taking things quite tough. But you know, I love having him in the gym. I love him being around. He's literally like the life and soul of my gym, and you know, he's like slapstick humour. Do you know what I mean? But it's great, and he's full of passion and enthusiasm. So yeah, he's going to be up here tomorrow, and when it goes quiet, I guarantee there'll be one voice, you know, shouting out and clapping, and that'll be Dad, so that'll be good.
Is he in the gym quite a lot most days?
Yeah, he likes to watch the sparring, and especially for people like Daniel. You know, Daniel's kind of like an old soul, and he likes to listen to old voices. You know, he's got a very good relationship with his dad, who is also 60. He's actually a bit older, actually, Stanley's 61. So he kind of has as I say, got a very good relationship. So he takes on a lot of information that Dad says, and even in sparring. And look, Dad gets nothing back from it. You know what I mean? Martin Bowers manages him, and he's very passionate about McGuigan Gym, my dad, and you know, and anyone that comes through the door, he wants to help them. And if he can pass on a little bit of knowledge that I might have missed, then that's only a good thing. You know, we're like a duo, we're a tag team.
Well, best of luck for tomorrow night. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you very much.